tonight we're going to talk about the next guy, a gentleman named Hod Stuart. Hod Stuart.
That's awesome. That's a great choice.
You a Hod Stuart guy, Billy? I didn't know who he was.
Maybe Billy is. I'm Phil. And he even played CFL. He played for the Rough Riders as well. He's a two-time I guess you might say that, eh?
Wow, I didn't know you're such a Hod Stuart. Have you ever heard of Hod Stuart, Billy?
He plays that hockey.
Yeah.
He's from he played in Ottawa. That's the only reason.
Yeah, that's why I feel like he played a long time ago. So how this works, it goes very fast. We have three kind of quick sections to it. We do a quick bio, we do a why should you care about him, and then look at his hobby market a little bit. But first of all, Hod Stuart, right now we're looking at him. He's pictured for playing for one of Louis' favorite teams, actually, the Pittsburgh Pros in 1905-06. Now, the name Hod Stuart to me kind of sounds like a 90s wrestler's name, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of a heel.
Like Hod the Bod Stewart. I don't know. Or Rod Stewart, right? The singer. Maybe you got to put Hod Stuart, Billy, in like the next AEW set or something like that.
Is he part of the Alumni Association?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Well, he died in like 1928, I think. So I don't know. Okay, here's a quick bio. William Hodgen Hod Stuart lived from 1879. Well, I actually died in 1907, dying at just 28 years old. He was born in Ottawa, right, Phil? Ontario, Canada. Is he like your like great grandpappy or something like that? Is that why you know him so much?
Unless he lived in Greece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Big guy for the time, 6'2", weighed 190 pounds. Like you said, Phil, Hod not only played professional hockey, but also played professional football as well for the Ottawa Rough Riders. And I don't think this is breaking news to anyone, but sports like that did not pay a lot back in the early 1900s. So he also spent time working as a bricklayer and for his father's construction company. Now, his hockey career lasted from 1898 until retiring after winning the Stanley Cup in 1907 with the Montreal Wanderers. He quit hockey because he was tired of the constant violence in the game. Everything I've read about that time is that the game is pretty rough back then. Billy, people want to know what you're eating.
I was showing them. You planned this during my dinner, and you guys I thought we were talking series 1, and we're not. So I'm going to finish my dinner. I got a thing of pop chips from the vending machine, and I got a nice Gatorade. So
that's for your dinner, Billy. That's not good. We got to chat. That's not good for dinner.
I'm not at home.
Wow.
I mean, I'm at home. Look at this.
You can meal prep. Well, I'll trade you homes if that's your home.
Well, you got to understand the past before you can appreciate the future. That's what we're doing here. No, we'll get to it. Don't worry. Okay, where was I? Well, okay, he quit hockey because the game was too violent. So after hockey, he went to work full-time construction for his father and was killed at just the age of 28 in a swimming accident. He swam out to a lighthouse in the Bay of Quinte, Phil, Quinte, near Belleville, Ontario.
Queen,
okay. In 1907, and when he got there, he got to the lighthouse. He dove back into the water and unfortunately dove headfirst into jagged rocks, fractured his neck, and was killed instantly. So, that's not fun.
Sucks.
Now, here's why you should care about Hod Stuart. He was what we call a defenseman today, but in the era, he played the position of cover point. That was like defense back then. Rod played in 1904 for the Calumet Miners of the IPHL, which was the very first professional hockey league and a precursor to the NHL, where he was regarded as one of the best players in the league. He played a total of 47 games in the IPHL, scored 30 goals as a defenseman in 47 games, and only totaled 33 points. So he had 3 assists in his career. I don't know when they started tracking assists, and I'm not sure they were very accurate. So take that with a grain of salt. So in Hod's final season playing hockey in 1906-07, he'd win the Stanley Cup as a member of the Montreal Wanderers. He was one of the very first offensive defensemen, is known as a goal scorer in an era where defensemen were expected to stay behind the play. So one of his teammates on the Stanley Cup winning Wanderers, Lauren Campbell, said this about Hod Stuart, the player. He was not of the old class of cover points who considered their part of the play merely to check their man or secure the puck and shoot it to the other end of the rink. This was not Hod's style by any means, as his strongest playing was to get the rubber and take it down to the opponent's nets, and generally he succeeded as he was the most difficult man on the ice to stop. So yeah, very offensive defenseman. Hod Stuart's main contribution to the game was really as the first star puck rushing defenseman in the history of hockey.
Eat your heart out, Bobby Orr.
Yeah, there you go. But that's not all he contributed. He didn't love the violence of hockey. and worked to, I guess, calm it down is the term that they used with the leagues, and then also worked to increase players' play. And then because of his stellar playing contributions to the game of hockey, Hod Stuart was one of the 9 inaugural players elected into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1945. Now, the last thing we look at is the hobby market, and I'd love to take a look at Hod Stewart's hobby market, but there isn't one. Remember, his final year of hockey was 1907. The first set ever produced was the 1910 C56 set. And really the only card, and there's probably like 5 sales ever of any sort of type of Hod Stuart cards, is a 1987 Hall of Fame set where like there's 3 total sales or something like that in card letter sales history. This one's for like $13 if you want to show it quick. Louis, kind of ugly card. I don't know, Billy, what do you think? Should we start working on a Hod Stuart rookie box set for next year?
We already have in plan a retro outburst young gun of Hod. It's in the works. Series
Hod
2.
The Bod?
Careful, you'll have the purists calling for your head.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, are there physical dimensions of Mr. Stewart? Is he a little guy or is he a big guy?
No, he's huge. I think I went through that. Maybe I skipped it. 6'2", 190 pounds. And in 1900, that was a big dude.
Yeah. So, and he doesn't like violence. Weird. Could be throwing around all the little guys and should be having some fun. Eh? Weird.
All right. Well, there we go. That's Hod Stuart. Number 2 of Get to Know Your Hall of Famers.